Right, it is another Saturday night, but I'm lucky because I got somebody. She's not paying no attention though. See the look in her face? All right, anyway. So I'm not sure how the audio is going to be because it's loud. We got a fan going. I had an issue with my squat rack. These guys here are bolted in from the other side, and like this top bolt up here was kind of rusted in, and it wasn't put in the right way the first time, so it was sticking out and it was driving me nuts. So we went through considerable effort to try to get it out to fix it. So that's what we were working on for a little bit. But the primary focus of tonight's efforts is going to be Kristen's squat day. She's got kind of a high, well, quote unquote medium squat, which is actually going to be closer to 96% of her presumed 1 rep max. But I think it's going to be easy money. So she's kind of in the process of warming up, and we're going to get her going. She's got two sets of 2 that she's going to be doing, and I'm hanging out giving her some motivation and inspiration, direction and guidance, and I am also drinking. So whatever, Saturday night, I'm an adult, I do what I want. And I'm rocking my Hate brand shirt. I gotta tell you, I got a couple of these Hate brand shirts, and they are among my favorite shirts of all times because they're so comfortable. So yeah, I'm not sponsored by Hate brand, I just love the stuff. And I met Matt, he's a good dude, so I rep their shit. Anyway, so some squats tonight. It's gonna be exciting, fun-filled, energy-packed. Look at the motivation on her face. You should be fucking inspired. Here we go. $165 for a double. That is roughly 94-95% of 1 rep max, and that's good stuff. So yeah, pretty excited about that. Got another set of this. I think it bodes well for just reflection of growth for the tournament, for the meet. I would say a successful day in the gym. Chris, basically I think nearly PR'd your squat, doubled just under a PR, and then actually PR'd bench by 5 pounds. And although it wasn't as easy as she would like, PR is still a PR. I think most of us out there could recognize, the success of a PR. But one thing that I think that is important to note and to highlight is that wife Kristen, she suffers from Hashimoto's, so a form of hypothyroidism that is also kind of an autoimmune issue, and it has some pretty negative effects that are fairly far-reaching and to a large extent out of control. So Chris right now is not all that excited. She's feeling pretty miserable, and I just see this as a learning point, or as a teaching point, or as a point of inspiration for those of you that may be out there, right? Nothing is ever going to be completely in our control. There are things that are going to be constantly working against us, whether it's our own body, or work, or children, or relationships, or, you know, insert issue. Those things all represent stress and difficulty on our lives, and it manifests itself in our training. And so sometimes it's hard to kind of overcome those difficulties and those stresses. But the point is that you get in there and you do what you can, and you try despite. You get in and you put the work in and you do what you can. And even if it's a 5-pound PR, it's a success. It's a success. 5-pound PRs lead to 10-pound PRs, lead to 20-pound PRs, lead to, you know, so on and so forth, etc., right? So don't discount and don't discredit the small gains and the small victories that you make along the way. That is the path. The path is rife with small gains. You're not always going to get a 50-pound PR. It's not how this works. So just keep that in perspective. Remember that when you're pursuing your own training in your own scope and in the context of your own difficulties and your own issues, it's important. Don't get out of your head, and don't allow those things that are out of your control to affect you to a point where you want to give up. The whole point is to train despite. And that's it. That's the message. So get out there, get your fucking 5-pound PR, and celebrate. Fucking celebrate, because that's what you should do. That's it, guys. I appreciate you checking the video. You know, like it, share it, subscribe it. If you have any questions or comments, leave it below. And, you know, we'll see you guys in the next video. Remember, no matter what it is you think you can't do, train despite. We'll see you in the next one. Peace.